the only reason why Andrew Tate is still allowed to speak. Don't you wonder why Andrew Tate is still allowed to speak? Now, if you didn't know who he is, Andrew is known for exposing a group of people with dark plans who wouldn't have the best interest for all of us, to say the least. But how could it be that people with those kind of dark plans still allow Andrew Tate to expose them? Why would darkness allow itself to be exposed if darkness is the very plan? Do you remember the scene in The Matrix where Neo gets a phone call but is replied to with, "What good is a phone call if you are unable to speak?" while the Matrix closes his mouth. Now imagine if we are living in a matrix of control and Andrew Tate is exposing the Matrix. Now, why wouldn't the Matrix prevent him from actually speaking entirely? What if the word spelling from words literally means putting a spell into reality? So what if the Matrix is being created or manifested through our collective thoughts and words? And what if the Matrix or darkness does not have any power or creation by itself? What if darkness or the Matrix needs the word, the spelling, to put a spell into actual reality? Could that be the reason why darkness or even evil plans are being revealed by darkness itself beforehand to be able to actually spell it into reality? Do you agree that we can only pour out what we contain ourselves? If, for example, if we feed ourselves with constant darkness or fear, then we contain fear, think fear, and put the spell of darkness and fear into a collective world of darkness and fear. Now, it is only logical that if we would live in a matrix where we interpret a world of darkness being created by a group of people, and when we would have the bravery to expose them, that exposing them would be the best thing to do, right? What if Andrew Tate is that brave man daring to expose the darkness being created? Then why would he still be allowed by darkness to expose them? Could it be because exposing darkness is still speaking about it and therefore helping a spell of darkness into reality? I know it might be a controversial thing to say, but bear with me. In other words, could it be that exposing darkness, just like revealing dark plans beforehand themselves, still gives energy to and fuels darkness into reality? Could it therefore be that the Matrix or darkness uses even this kind of opposite deception and therefore allows it to speak about it by Andrew Tate because it knows it helps the spell into reality? Now let's imagine that in the Matrix the fear-based news would be fake news and the alternative news would try to expose them, revealing the fearful outcome of the dark plans, or the other way around. It might be confronting at first, but could it be that both mainstream and alternative news are becoming two opposite sides of the exact same coin, putting the fearful darkness spell through words into reality? Then the million-dollar question is, if both darkness and exposing darkness are both putting the spell of darkness into reality, then how could we break the spell of darkness? To answer that question, we have to know what darkness really is. Now, could it be that darkness isn't the opposite of light, but only the absence of light? Could fighting the darkness and therefore giving energy to and fueling darkness ever turn darkness into light? Imagine what happens when we are in a pitch black dark room and we just switch on the light without even putting any attention to the darkness itself. Indeed, the whole darkness turns into light. So light isn't dependent on darkness at all and can make any darkness vanish in a blink of an eye without any force, without any war, without any energy or fighting. Only darkness would want to put out the light to survive. And through very intelligent deception, like maybe even allowing Andrew Tate to expose darkness, to let him help darkness spell into reality. I agree in an interpreted matrix of duality between good and evil, darkness and light. It seems only logical that we could see every opposite as a war. And if we would be brave enough to go and fight darkness, to put our focus on making money with the belief that it will eventually liberate us from the matrix. But what if our still external focus of attention only postpones our own ability to discover our own independent, liberating light switch within ourselves? What if our reaction to darkness in others is still reacting to and fueling the darkness we haven't resolved within ourselves yet? What if the more we have dark plans or react to them, the more it is a symptom of still being disconnected somewhere from our own independent light? What if the matrix or our own external world is the exact representation or manifestation of the collective darkness we still contain within ourselves? What if trying to make as much money outside of ourselves is still postponing and distracting ourselves from the abundant light and freedom we all are within ourselves? Now, in the matrix or darkness, whose biggest fear would be light, where would be the best place to hide the light switch from everybody? Would be the best place to hide the light switch be the place where nobody would go looking for? More precisely, within ourselves? Wouldn't then the best way to deceive us, to not ever find our light switch, would be to make us believe that any external actions, even fighting for it, would bring us eventually light? Could it be that one of the greatest deceptions is that more money, even exposing darkness, would eventually bring us light? Could that be the reason why all the money in the world, or all the war and all the fighting does not free us or give us any feeling of complete and independent lasting peace or fulfillment? What if any darkness would turn into bright light once we find our independent light switch within and switch it on, independent of the propagated fear and darkness on the outside? What if we only pour out what we contain, and the only thing we contain is bright light? Then wouldn't it only be logical that everything around us turns into light naturally, instantly, automatically, and without struggle? In short, could it be that the only thing we need to do to put the spell of light into reality is to stop fighting, exposing, or putting any energy into external darkness, but to become the independent light within we all actually are? So what if the only thing we need to do to experience the world of light is to only think, speak and spell light, or what we want to see in the world, into reality? And when we stop cooperating with darkness and only focus on transforming our own traumas, our own darkness within into pure light, wouldn't it be only logical that only light is left to be spelled into reality through thoughts, through words and actions of pure love? So what if we would stop cooperating with the so-called matrix? Then could it be we would actually see that there is not even a matrix at all, because it has no substance or control without us giving it to it? Maybe we all are born to actually experience there is no matrix, only love to be able to experience. But in order to actually experience, we first must learn to see it as an illusion. You are powerful beyond measure. You are pure light. Who you truly are, maybe underneath a layer of painful experiences, stories, and distracting coping mechanisms, you are still unharmed and untouched, pure light. Another deception or conditioned belief is that flushing out all of our traumas or darkness to be able to find and switch on our independent light would be very difficult or even impossible. To show you proof you can easily flush out all the darkness, all the fears or traumas yourself, click here. Now, to help the YouTube algorithm switch from the illusion of darkness into light, leave comments, share and subscribe so that this video will be shown to others too. Now, let as many people as possible enjoy your independent bright light.